Welcome aboard and hello. You guys are on the swivel at the sports bar. I got another few slide decks for y'all today. And it looks like my fellas won't be with me today, so I'm going to fly solo, which is cool. I don't mind doing that. Like I said, I always try to get a little bit of practice. Catalea, hello. I'm glad that you're in the chat. I welcome that support for real, right? But I like, talking sports. And like I said, as I get better at this, I'm gonna switch stuff up. This is my whole practice year. I'm just throwing all kinds of stuff at the drawing board to see what sticks. And maybe one day I'll read up on how to be a good and great YouTuber. But for right now, I'm just having fun. You get my age, you don't take too many things overly serious. So that's a key to keep my psyche intact. But anyway, we're going to talk some sports. And I try to cover as many things as I can. And one of the things I like to do is I like to use videos from other content creators just so I can use that as talking points or a sounding board to say what my ideas might be or some thoughts. So it's all fair use. So I put this disclaimer up there now. They say this disclaimer is only working for me because, I'm not monetized. But we'll see, because I see a lot of people with disclaimers. But in my slide deck, I'll start out saying, hey, listen, everything I use is fair use. And I'll put the links to all of those to all those videos in my description so the content creators can get the credit that they deserve. So anyway, without further ado, what are we talking about first? Well, the U.S. Open, I like tennis. I watch more female tennis, ladies tennis, than I do male tennis. Only because I can't sit through a 5-set match. I can't. It's just so hard to sit. It's got to be really riveting for me to sit and watch these dudes duel it out for 5 sets. I mean, it's like grueling and shit. I like the women's tennis better because you get up, they hit balls at each other, and it's over in a reasonable amount of time, and it's quite entertaining. But once Coco Golf got eliminated again, I think she needs to go back to the drawing board, because when the spotlight's on her, she kind of is starting to come up a little short when she shouldn't. She's better than that. There's something else going on. She's feeling herself. I think she's got a boyfriend now and all that kind of shit. So she's distracted. You could almost tell. Anyway, but this brother from the United States, TFO, and the United States guys, at least we got a few still alive. So they're going to go on to the semifinals, I believe. Or was it? Yeah. And so today you'll see these guys in the quarterfinals for the fourth, and that's the men's. And in the women's, I have a feeling that the number 1 seed is going to win again. That girl is tough. I have a feeling she's going to win again. I don't see anybody in the remaining in the draw that if she's on her game, I don't think anybody's going to beat her. So there you go. They need some more goats anyway. That's what they do need in women's tennis. So she's playing, that's cool. Yeah. You know what? I love tennis too. I mean, Rafa's getting a little old in the tooth. But I tell you what, he does own the French. They need to rename the French Open the Rafa Open. I mean, that's his baby, but, like most people, Father Time is catching up with him and the injuries and all that kind of stuff. And I think he still has a few left in him, but he can't stay healthy, right? So Swiatek, yeah, she's up and coming. She's right now she's I think at the top of her game, and she's young, so who knows how far she can go. So they just need somebody who's consistently winning. And Rafa, I like him too, but how much longer does he have to go? I don't know. So he's already left his mark. That's true. I mean, the French Open is just. Yeah, that's his baby. There's no doubt about it. So he's got so many of those damn things. Who knows? All right. So football, excuse me, I had a little cough there. Well, football season starts, gosh, tomorrow. Man, you know what? I tell you what, that's my time. Listen, there's so many guys' time of year is football season. We get 17 to 20 Sundays, 20 weeks to where it's like sheer bliss. You know, I think all the chickens go into hiding for chicken wings during this period of time. So whatever the chicken wing consumption is during the year, during football season, forget about it. Just multiply that by 100. You know what I'm saying? Just multiply that by 100. I tell you. So what do we have here? So I remember back in the day, because I'm a little older, when it took an act of God for a black man to be a quarterback in the National Football League. And so last year in the championship games, all the way into the Super Bowl, all four quarterbacks could identify as black men. Now, I say could identify as black men because, to be fair, Patrick Mahomes has as much white blood in him as he has black, but of course he can't claim that because of racial identification in the United States. He can only live the life that he wants to live because of the money affords him that way. So they consider him a black quarterback, which I would say, if that's his prerogative, if he feels comfortable with that. But I'm not so sure he does. But it's cool no matter what. So there's so many black quarterbacks in the National Football League now that we need to put all that other racial shit to bed, right? It's hard to cry discrimination or to take an event. They don't like black quarterbacks. All that's a thing of the past. When half the quarterbacks in the National Football League can identify as being black, it's time to put that conversation to bed. It really is. And to tell you the truth, with Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT, that also puts certain things to bed, too, to say that we can't be excited about a person who's non-white as a great quarterback. So, and I think Lamar Jackson is a Super Bowl away from adding his name to that list, because no matter what, they say he can't win the big game, but every time he plays, the attendance of the people who watch and the attendance is at the top, because people like to see him play. It's as simple as that. So, so it's good to see these old tropes start to fade away and all that kind of stuff, because when you pay a guy 40, 30, 40, $50 million and his skin is brown, it's hard to cry racism. It really is. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see that shit get put to bed. All right, so we got a couple of matchups, and I've been doing a few matchups. The Rams and the Lions are going to be a better game than people think, because when you hear Lions, you think the Lions used to be a so-so football team, but people forget there was a Lions who eliminated the Rams last year in the playoffs, and so my man Stafford is finally going home to play the Lions in Detroit, and so these are the two guys who swap teams for each other. So this should be a pretty good game, on Sunday. It's a Sunday night game, so they're featuring this game. So it's a Sunday night game, so it's featured. So, again, it should be very interesting to see who wins this game. I think they're 1-1 in head-to-head matchups over the years since the trade. And so I'm looking forward to that game. The next one I'm looking forward to is the Jets against the 49ers. Now, the Jets are supposed to have a good team this year, a very good team. They're saying their defense is stacked. The offense, of course, they have my man Aaron Crazy Man Rodgers, and I'm not even sure if is he playing or not. I mean, I'm still not sure. He should be. The guy's been talking shit for almost 2 years. He can't be hurt, So, and he doesn't like to practice. He's such a diva. He should have been a wide receiver. But anyway, so if he's playing, it should be interesting. They got a running back named Hall on the Jets. Hall is a great, he could be a great running back. And the 49ers are the 49ers. Their team is just as strong as was last year. They were in the Super Bowl, and they're projected to go back this year. So we'll see. This should be a good game. This should be a good, and I said it's the 8th, but that's a Monday Night Football game. It should be the 9th. So that's a mistake. They're playing Monday Night Football. So if they're highlighting you on Monday Night Football, the league is telling you that they expect that to be a good game. All right, so let's go to basketball. It's the off season, but they're always buzzing the basketball. So can Buddy Hield, or however they pronounce his name, replace Klay Thompson? No, it was a trade that put Buddy in the role of Klay Thompson on the Golden State Warriors. Now, there's some people, he could shoot really well, but can he really replace a guy who's a borderline Hall of Famer? As part of the Splash Brothers. I think that Steph Curry is going to make him look a lot better because they're not going to be able to cheat on Buddy Hield because Steph Curry's on the court. But can he do what Klay Thompson did? There was one time Klay Thompson scored it was like, I don't know whether it was 40 points or some shit like that on 11 dribbles. Because he's a catch and shoot guy. So when you throw the ball into Klay Thompson in his position to shoot, he don't need to dribble the ball. He just needs to put it up. So they counted like 11 dribbles, and he scored almost like 40 points. It was some crazy number. I forgot which game that was, but it was like record setting. Because nobody ever does that. Everybody's trying to dribble to their spot. But if you give Klay Thompson the ball in the spot that he could shoot, he don't need to put the ball on the floor. I don't know if Buddy Hield has that kind of skill. And then Klay Thompson, before he got hurt, was an elite defensive player. So he wasn't an average defensive player. He was an elite defensive player. So he lost a step. And that step that he lost, it hurts them both on the defense and the offensive end because, he can't move to the spots to get that wide open shot like he used to. But the next thing is the Dallas one. But I want to just go ahead and play this for a little bit to see what they're saying about. This one is about Buddy Hield.
Nathan's clients are so
so I'm gonna have to edit this, but that's okay.
The Buddy Hield that I've seen the past few years is not that far apart from Klay Thompson. In terms of shooting the three, they're both 41%. Klay's defense was a big separator once upon a time. But Klay's defense is falling off. He knows it. The Warriors know it. So the two-way player that he was before he got the injuries, you have an ACL in one leg and Achilles in the other leg.
Oh, this guy was copying from me.
And he was all defensive team in his last fully healthy pre-injury year. That's not coming back. Buddy Hield can, in most ways, give the Warriors what they were getting from Klay.
If Buddy is the guy you're talking about, I would be pleasantly surprised for them. I did see a lot of Buddy in SAC. He had some good times. Obviously, an incredible three-point shooter and can do it at high volume. It's a bit of a red flag for me that he couldn't get time in Philly. They went out of the way to get him, and he had a good game there at the end. But, that was a little bizarre. The defense it's just, I think Klay, even in his kind of, damaged state, was a better defender than Buddy. I think you lose something there. But again, I'll go back to the chip on the shoulder motivation factor. Like Buddy Hield needs to do some good stuff with the Warriors, or else it's going to just be really like you played for the Kings, you were in the conversation for, best three-point shooter, during that, or one of them during that stretch from a number standpoint, but then you kind of just faded to black. I think he's got a lot on the line here.
That part of it is really so true. That is so true. So now Mark Cuban is looking at Klay Thompson. Now we know that Dallas was pretty good last year. They couldn't get over the hump to get to the championship game. Well, let me take that back. They couldn't win, right? They just couldn't win. they didn't have all the weapons to win a championship. Is Klay Thompson the difference that can get him over that hump, like Drew Holiday was to get Boston over that hump? Because Boston had years and years of being a superior team, but they couldn't get over the hump. Now, I'm standing on the island because I'm a Drew Holiday fan. Shout out to the dark-skinned brothers. But I think that he went from getting a championship from Milwaukee to getting a championship for Boston as their point guard. He's not flashy, but he's consistent, and his defense is stellar. And I think he took Boston over the edge. Now, can Klay Thompson, with his shooting ability and how dangerous he might be, can he? How you doing? What's going on, brother? How you doing, Coach? What's happening, man? Can you hear me?
What's up, Bob? How you doing? Yeah.
Right. So I'm talking about my man, I'm talking about my man Klay Thompson on Dallas. And maybe since you're here, you can maybe shed some light. Do you think he could take him over the top? Okay.
I ain't heard nothing you said. You said last thing I heard was you think.
Okay. Can you think Klay Thompson can take Dallas over the top?
If he goes back to old Klay when he was knocking down 8-9 threes, a game just about, I think he could give them that extra point boost.
Okay.
But he's no taller than Luka, so it'll make them undersized.
Right. Okay. But let's put it this way. But the fact that he lost a step, okay, and so it might take away from his defense, of course, and the way he positioned himself, because he didn't need to dribble, right? He was able to run to a spot, and if he got the ball in his spot, he just put it up. He might still have that, but getting to that spot, can he do it as well as he did before? And does the fact that Luka and my man Kyrie Irving, does that help him?
Yeah. I think
that was a dumb question. Absolutely, it helps him.
It helps them for sure. Because they both are shooters. The only problem is you talking about 3 pretty much perimeter players. Luka, he's different, but he's unlike Steph and Dre because Luka and Kyrie, they dribbling the ball 10, 12 seconds per possession. Klay is more of a get to a spot, get in the pass, throw it up, so.
Yeah, no, he is, man. Do you remember the game, and maybe because you're a big sports guy, that Klay scored, I think it was like 40-something points, and he only did 11 dribbles?
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. He's a spot-up guy.
but let's not gloss over that. 11 dribbles.
Yeah.
How do you do that, man? You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying it can happen. If he's always prepared to shoot.
Always prepared to shoot. Always.
With Steph dribbling around, teams are always going to give him 1 to 2, defenders. So Klay, he just finds the open spot. And
he was a man. So let me ask you this: Klay a Hall of Famer?
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Right now, but he's going to have to average at least 20 to 24 for Dallas. He's going to have to do that.
He has to make a difference there to solidify.
Yeah. If he have 3 good seasons for Dallas, then that'll solidify his Hall of Fame career.
Well, that's $50 million over those 3 years.
Yeah.
So he ain't do bad. So I got to go back though, because you missed it. I mean, you missed this part. What about Buddy Held in Golden State as Klay's replacement? What do you think about that?
You can almost say it's an even exchange.
Okay.
However, Buddy Hield has never played on a championship team, so you don't know what he'll give you in those big moments.
That's right. We know he can shoot the ball, though.
He can shoot.
But can he ever get to the level of defense that Klay Thompson had?
But again, that's what I'm saying. The team that he's on, he's going to have to play some defense. But Golden State, they just undersized. Golden State, Steve Kerr refuses to play big ball. He's going to always play small ball. And Steph is getting older.
So, but it's not Steph that's really the issue. It's Draymond Green. In terms of he's been undersized, but as you get older, that disparity is going to multiply. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it catches up with you as you get older. So
yeah, as a young buck, one thing, but you start getting older, you ain't going to be able to get away with the things you got away as a young dude and spry.
Yeah, once you get like 30, 32, things change.
Yep. Anyway, so back to the WNBA. Let me play a little bit of the Rookie of the Year race is over.
You think so?
Oh man, come on now. Okay, the fact. Oh, say, are you asking me a question or you just being rhetorical?
I'm asking you a question because your girls. Hey, she set a record as a rookie, man. That's unique.
No. I'll give you everything that you need to give Angel Reese. I like Angel Reese. I call her the fashionista, right? So I call them both. I think that the WNBA has benefited from this rookie class, but it's no question that the person at the point is Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question. We can't argue that. If we argue that, then there's no sense in arguing. But let's just talk about what's on the court. Caitlin Clark went to Chicago, put up 31 and 12 assists. And I would say to recommend to you that Reese had one of her worst games. And she stayed on the court just to get a double-double.
Yeah.
That's not a good look, man.
Well, that's the coach, man. The coach.
I agree. Let me tell you, I agree with you there. The coach is a wimp. The coach should have never let her do that. Because that double-double, they put that number over the team. And there's been several times where they took Caitlin Clark out of the game so she couldn't hit that last, not because they would think, I think the coach was saying, you know what, we don't want to look like or even put the appearance of Palin on because she could have had a couple of extra records.
Mm-hmm.
But she has the fever playing at top-notch pitch. Yeah. They're playing so they look like a well-oiled machine, and it's not her scoring. She's starting to hit that shot. But some of those passes that she's doing, it's like she's Mahomes out there.
It's only going to get better for them.
They look good. Then she got a running mate, that sister, who plays her counterpart. They're like the female splash sisters.
Yeah, they go get one more piece in the draft, and I think they'll be ready to go deep into the playoffs. At least maybe conference championship finals.
Well, let me put it like this. You know why the Rookie of the Year is over? You know why?
I think if Chicago does not make the playoffs,
even if they do,
if they do, it's going to be co-MVPs. You have to give them co.
No, hell no. Let me tell you.
Listen, I understand. See, people love the flash of the game.
Go ahead. Tell me the flash.
People love the flash of the game. 31 points, 12 assists. If Jason Taylor did it, they'd be like, "Oh man, he's one of the best shooters in the game." Yes, but to average a double-double,
it's a double-double. Say shit, man.
That's a lot, man. For real. That's a lot.
The reason why I don't even want to go there. The double-doubles are good. I don't want to take away from them, even though half those rebounds are on her missing those shots underneath. Mm-hmm. But the real point really is that while the Rookie of the Year race is over, it's because the whole league is putting her in second place for MVP. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they ain't thinking nowhere near that Reese is an MVP candidate. Caitlin Clark is not only Rookie of the Year candidate. No, well, first of all, nobody's beating Aja Wilson. No, nobody's beating Aja. Aja, she's going to win MVP, her third one, and rightfully so. The girl's on fire. And the only question with her is how come she doesn't get the marketing thing? Well, you know what? Sisters from the WNBA, until this year, you guys weren't marketable. Nobody liked you. It's just, you got to take that dirty pipe and smoke it. Nobody liked you guys until this year. Just you had a niche fan base And this rookie class has broken that door open and actually started to get more people who want to see your stink asses. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. I mean, it's an ugly
It's
truth.
so hard on the ladies are paying, man. Come on, man.
Come on. It's true. It's just true. If you could get a crusty old dude like me wanting to watch a WNBA game, you broke a seal.
Yeah.
You broke a seal. You know, and I attribute it to, you know what? I like Reese because I like she's arrogant, but I like the femininity that she brings to the league.
Yeah, man, I know you do.
Not just
Yeah, I know you do, bro.
not just because she's stickable. I'm not talking about.
No, I understand, man. I'm just messing with you. You know, Angel Reese is gonna be somewhere in your commentary. It's on or off the court. I got you. That's cool.
Hey, you know what, man? You know what? It's you know what? I was on this other panel the other day with my girl Precious, and I said in the middle of we were talking about something. I said, you know what? It really feels good to be a man and shit. You know, it's you should have saw the expression on her face. I said, you know, this live is great. I really feel good being a man.
Yeah.
That shit is funny. I don't think enough men say that shit.
Yeah, but again, Arpay, you got to look at. I sort of compartmentalize, you know, whether it's the Boomers X. I just compartmentalize it every 10 years. Whether you know, and it's just, I don't know. I didn't know too many guys complaining about what life they had. They just made it happen, made it work to some capacity.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, so I agree, man. So it's cool. So listen, this is what I was talking about. You know, why doesn't a two-time MVP like Asia Wilson get the marketing flowers? What would you say to that? Why doesn't she get the flowers that I think she secretly wants and people are, you know, secretly asking for?
You know, it's hard to say, but you know, she should get it. She should be all over the media. She should be all over the WNBA's everything. It's hard to say, man. I don't know what I don't know what, you know, her lifestyle off the court, but
okay. So what's that a euphemism for? You don't know whether she's straight or lesbian?
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Okay.
people that may know, but I think she represents well. You know, maybe her sometime with the media, you know what I'm saying? She speaks up, and I don't think they, you know, care for that too much. But Asia Wilson, man, she's one of the best, and she's proven it year in, year out.
She's two-time MVP. I don't care what if you're the top dog, or you know, for twice. I think it was 2020 and 2022, and she's definitely going to be MVP this year. There's no doubt about that.
I think, and back-to-back championships, wasn't it?
And back-to-back champ. And this year they're favored to win it again this year. So the Aces, she's on the Aces. The Aces is a great team. There's no doubt about it. But they're part of the old regime, right? They're part of when the WNBA first started. They had a little bit of buzz, and I think I think it started to become more niche as more and more of the females came out as lesbians. I think that people just don't want to admit that that's just true. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, you know, and even though they shouldn't be punished for it, but you can't make people watch something that might be fundamentally against their values.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it hurt them. And then the ones who weren't, there's a certain amount of arrogance. And okay, I don't know what the racial mix is of the WNBA is. It might almost be 50-50. I mean, there's a lot of white girls who play basketball who are pretty good at it. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably, I think it's pretty even, maybe a few points difference, but
right. It's kind of 50-50. Because there's just a lot of white women who play basketball very well. So I just think it's the sexual orientation thing that hurt them as a marketing strategy, and maybe not in total, but some. And it's hard to refute it. I mean, it's hard. And so one of the things about this new class that came in is a new excitement, not just because Caitlin Clark can play ball, is that, she has a boyfriend. Not that my girl, Angel Reese, she has an attitude issue, a typical Black woman attitude issue. However, she's fashion. She's attractive.
She
It
comes
matters.
from a single mama.
So who doesn't?
That plays a
Who
role.
doesn't come from a single mama these days? That's a whole other story. So all I'm just trying to say is I think there's a new excitement that people are starting to overlook all of their prejudices and say, if you could play ball and you could excite me, I'll buy a ticket.
Yeah.
I'll buy a ticket. So don't break Caitlin's ankles or some shit by pushing her down needlessly.
Yeah. I think, again, and you talked about this earlier during this in WNBA season with the All-Star game. I think the WNBA is going to be forced to market Caitlin and Angel as the next wave of WNBA.
I agree with that.
You can put Angel Reese at the top, and those two going to have to be sides, to the left and to the right as far as where the WNBA is going. And if they don't capitalize on that,
they're stupid. Well, they were
lose out on quite a
Stephen A. said it. They were stupid for not capitalizing on it in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right. And let me also put it to you this way. Even though we can't, I'm not making a one-to-one comparison, but they have a Magic Bird situation going on.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is for real.
And the fact is that if Angel would shut up and understand that, Bird and Magic became really good friends. They were competitors, but they had a mutual respect for each other no matter what. And that turned into a friendship on and off the court. But I mean, off the court. On the court, forget about it. On the court.
They had a friendship. Magic talks about it, how they actually visited each other's homes.
Right.
Right. So I think if Angel can capitalize on it, Angel has to not listen to
that's what I'm saying.
Everybody else,
Because you and I both know the rivalry between Magic and Bird started when they were both in college.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Angel and Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
It started while they were in college, and they went through a whole career of basketball in the pros. I don't see how their marketing geniuses don't sit those two ladies down. I think Caitlin will be easy. It's Angel Reese who needs to get a mind shift. It needs to get a mind shift. Just shut your mouth and just play ball and let the rivalry grow. But off the court, don't say nothing bad about each other that's not basketball related.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they can get it, man. But you know what? I hate to say it, but that's not what women do.
Yeah, because
that's not what women do.
Because I think women are so communal.
Yeah.
They have to go with the group.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's hardly only time there's independence with a lot of women when it's something to do with a man. That's it. Other than that, they gonna sort of Caitlin Clark, listen, she may not be the most attractive, but she's there to play the basketball game. She does it well. She does it efficient. She can shoot that rock. Probably the best shooter. You can damn near put a tag on her and say she's the best shooter in WNBA history.
Well, let me also tell you this. Well, you know what I found out? There's a lot of girls in the WNBA could shoot that three.
Yeah. They can shoot.
That's one. The other thing is, though, she's fast.
Yeah.
She's fast and she's athletic. And I think her passes are I'm just admire her passes because she hits the angles on those passes. And now that the other sisters on her team know that they need to be in the right spot to receive the pass, they're doing that much better these days. They look like well-oiled machines. Now, tell me about Cheryl Swopes. What the hell is the matter with her?
Cheryl Swoops.
Yes. Why is she? I know it's jealousy. I know that her 3 MVPs or 4 MVPs, I think, and all that stuff. I would play this thing, but I don't need to go through that. All I'm just trying to say is Stephen A had to come after her. Nancy Lieberman tried to talk to her and say, listen, you got to ease up. She got fired from a job.
Yeah.
She got fired from Common. Why is she risking all of this, all of the credibility, all of the, what you call it when you build up something, your credibility and status in the WNBA to be so petty against Caitlin Clark?
Yeah. She's jeopardizing her whole brand. Cheryl Swoops would be considered one of the top 5 greatest WNBA players. However, and the only thing sad about it is that you think about it, Arpain.
Right.
Cheryl Swoops is double Caitlin Clark's age. Why are you even sort of speaking in anything negative about these young ladies? Anybody coming in, you should be thankful that they're coming in, changing the game and making it even more marketable,
Yeah, is it the money, the fact that when she played, it was only pennies on a dollar? Cheryl Swoops should be a mentor to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
They can be her daughters. That's how old she is.
She should be a mentor to these girls, man. And I'm saying, sister, she's so blinded by her negativity that nobody could talk. Who could? I gotta say it. Who's gonna check me, boo? Stephen A. can't talk to her. Nancy Lieberman can't talk to her. Even crazy ass Gilbert Arenas can't talk to her. Nobody could talk to her about it. She says, I'm gonna go off the cliff hating this girl.
Yeah. What that'll do to Cheryl Swoops is it'll sort of push her to the back of the line. Because everybody see what these 2 young ladies are doing. You're not being super critical towards Angel Reese. But
not at all.
You can't do that shit to Caitlin Clark. Because the WNBA trumps us, people like me and you on the sideline. The WNBA executives be like, she ain't gonna be on nothing. She won't be on nothing WNBA going forward if she keeps this up. She's gonna have to find a way to at least apologize to her. Just let her know, look, it's just part of my competitive nature. Something. If she keeps going against it, the WNBA will shut her down.
Well, they already shut her. She lost that job of announcing.
Well, listen, she got fired from DePaul. She was the head coach of DePaul for some years. She got the big head. She was talking crazy to the players.
It's like I said to sometimes women, people in general, could be their own worst enemies.
We are.
That's what it is.
We are.
All right, so here's the standards. Here's the standings. Indiana Fever is now in 6th place. So they're firmly, and they're over 500 based on their recent play.
Yeah,
8-2, and Chicago's hanging on by a thread to make the playoffs.
What teams? How many teams go that? Top 8?
Top 8, and so Chicago and Atlanta is tied now with the same record, and so so it's the top 8 now. I think that Indiana will have to really, really play well to catch Seattle. I don't think they're going to catch them if you look at the loss column.
How many games left? It should be coming down to the last month.
I think they got like 8 games left, 7 games.
They got enough time to catch them all paying. They go on another little 2-3 game winning streak. They got enough time.
3 games in the loss column with 7 games left is tough.
But they can win 3 in a row. And
the other team has to lose 3 in a row.
We still got 7 games out paying.
I'm not saying give up, but I'm just saying it ain't gonna be that easy.
No, it's not gonna be difficult. I mean, not gonna be easy, but at the same time,
Big 3 is over. Do we know who the championship? Baseball. Baseball is at 140 games now.
Yeah, they sort of lessen the games.
Yeah, so maybe I'm gonna start to find some other things. I saw this miraculous side last night. I'm starting to look for some things to talk about in baseball. So of course, hockey's in the off season, And so we're in the other banter. Now, this is the brother who got shot.
Mm-hmm.
The
In
white
San
boy.
Francisco, there are new details about the shooting of 49ers rookie Ricky Pearsall. The 23-year-old is now at home recovering, thank goodness, after being shot in the chest this weekend during an attempted robbery at Union Square. Now we're hearing from witnesses and the police sergeant who was the first to respond to the shooting. ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns has been following the story very closely and is here with the very latest. Tim?
Yeah, Dan, the witness saw everything, the scuffle, the gunshots, and Ricky Pearsall on the ground being helped by the police. Even with a front row seat to the shooting, though, his response to questions over San Francisco's safety may surprise you. John Wendell says he was leaving his offices on San Francisco's Geary Street Saturday afternoon when he witnessed something he'd never seen before.
And I saw two guys fighting about 20 yards away, 30 yards at the most. And I thought, oh, great, another punch up on the street. And then bang, bang, bang.
That scuffle and shooting when the witness involved 49ers rookie and first-round draft pick Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall was shot through the chest after a 17-year-old attempted to rob him while he was walking down the street near Union Square. The incident happening just hours after he appeared at an autograph signing event just miles away.
It was, at the moment, just simply shocking. It wasn't until later that I began to shake.
Wendell tells me the entire encounter happened rapidly and was over within a minute or so. He said shortly after the gunshots rang out, he saw police who were stationed nearby running towards the scene.
The police response was fantastic. They had that place swarmed.
The first officer to arrive was Sergeant Harrell. Sergeant Harrell is being described as a hero who may have saved Pearsall's life. Our colleagues at ABC News spoke with her on Monday. Harrell describing hearing the gunshots and then running to find Pearsall on a pool of blood to ABC News reporter Melissa Adon.
I used my right hand because this is my strong hand to seal the wound, and then I put it up here to hold that.
The sergeant says while they waited for paramedics to arrive, she knew keeping Pearsall conscious and calm was paramount. She detailed some of their conversation during those critical minutes.
I know you don't know me, but please trust me. God is with us. It's not your time. Okay? It's not your time. I want you to continue to breathe, okay?
Thanks to Pearsall's description, SFPD was able to identify and arrest the suspect. The NFL rookie is now out of the hospital and recovering.
So I wanted to stop it there. He just got shot in the chest. And he's awake, moving with bandages on both sides. I'm saying I'd be stretched out, I mean, I don't know if this is a testament to how much the bullet went actually all the way through him. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's awake and moving. And I'm saying, this is a testament to him being an athlete, I believe. I that's the only thing I could think of.
But I think it's always best for a bullet to go through you than to get lost.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree.
Harder to recover from. On Monday
And
morning,
22, I think you could have handled it.
Hopefully, I'll never have to find out.
Worse about their perception of the city following the shooting. Almost all of them told us they had heard that the city was unsafe ahead of their.
Well, that was the story there on that one. All right. So listen, I told you a couple of times about the Inouye brothers, and this is the younger one, Tacoma Inouye, and he's a champion too. And his older brother is the one who's the real star. They call him the monster. But I want to show you a couple of, before you got to split, you got a couple of minutes. I want to show you these guys. Oh, damn, I have something else I got that going to edit out.
You want to give us everything?
Your stepmom? We can help.
Oh, thanks.
Beautifully timed shot as Kajas came in, and then nice follow up as well.
So the guy in the black and the white is the Inouye brother. He's the younger one.
Let's go with that left hand. That definitely caught the attention of German opponents. That rocked Kajas. Didn't see the punch coming.
Look at that body shot.
Counter-trade hands, left hooks over the top. Be deceptive on the offense in the way in. Good defense, making Kajas reach and make him pay. Certainly some signature moments
early in this fight. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from round 3.
That was that check hook that I was talking about, and the dangers of it because your head is on line for the left hand. But that was that beautifully timed right hand in the way, and that shook Nkajas up. And then here we see another right hand as a follow-up there from Takuma. Excellently timed shot with that right hand down the middle. Yep, making Nkajas overcommit and have him run into shots. Very
Good. He got hurt on that one. You can tell.
Good technique.
Both fighters trading body shots. Right hand gets front for Nkajas.
Big right hook from Nkajas. Best punch of the fight so far for him.
And here comes Jerwin Nkajas. Left hand to the body, right hand upstairs.
Look at this. Takuma's feeling comfortable to stay in the inside exchange. Power there. Nkajas is coming through. Then some of these big shots on the inside. I think Takuma will be better served fighting at that middle distance where he's able to use that head movement, that speed, and that counter punching rather than exchanging with the bigger man on the inside.
Beginning of the fight, he was trying to land the big left-handed distance. Now he's moving closer, and he's
That was a good shot.
We're seeing here from that distance.
I think it's
Just one more minute on this one, and you watch out.
He was feeling comfortable with his hands.
Watch how this ends.
Head movement. He stayed to the inside, I think, longer than he needed to because he got hit with some big shots that were completely unnecessary.
Takuma Inoue had success boxing and moving, but
They tell you so. He got it right there. That body shot was something out, man.
Knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, he's nice. That was I mean, in slow motion when you see it.
Let's take a look here at the
One.
replay.
And they add up. This boom.
Right hand to the body, and another one.
That one, yep.
Oh,
Ooh, they caught him right up on his little sternum right there. Right?
yeah, they got a better this angle. Look at this angle. Boom.
Yeah, right there in that sternum. That hurt.
That's what those punches, those shots
got-
that hit you in between.
Ooh, yeah. Delayed. Jesus Christ. Oh man. You know.
Mhm.
All right. So this is the big brother. This is the guy they call a monster. So we're at the end. So I got, I went through my little list of boxing coming up, and I put down the names I could recognize. If I could recognize them, then I think they're good. They could be decent fights.
Mhm.
Plant is a decent guy. He can fight. So he has a non-title fight. Danny Garcia is a Puerto Rican, I believe, from New York City or Philly, I believe. So I like him. He's a good journeyman fighter who I believe he was a champion before. So he's going for a fight against Lara, Israelandi, who's been around for a while, a journeyman fighter. He's a journeyman fighter. And he could lose this fight to Garcia. He definitely can. So that should be a good fight. Joshua, the big black dude from England with all the muscles. It depends on where his head's at when he fights. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. The type of fight with Paul, who knows? Then Tyson Fury rematch. But then the Bivol fight against this guy Beterev, that should be a great fight. It's going to be pay-per-view, but I'm not going to pay for it because it'll be on. But that's going to be a very good light heavyweight fight. And then Shakur Stevenson, who I think is overrated.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have any punching power.
Yeah. He's overrated.
And then Ben Whitaker is the clown who does all the dancing around and stuff. He's a clown. But he has some real decent power in both hands. But his style is something that all you want to do is see him get his ass beat. But he's not fighting anybody who could beat his ass. So he should have a run over with this guy, Liam. I don't know who Liam is, but if I can catch that fight, I will, because Ben Whitaker is the guy has skill, but he's a clown in the ring. You know, so that's the boxing schedule. And I'm one of those kind of guys that boxing's not dead. It's a niche sport, but the people who like it pay good money to see it. That's why these guys are still getting paid.
Oh, no doubt.
You know, so
Yeah.
so here's my disclaimer for all the stuff I said. So hey man, Trey, any last words? Trey Ferg. Now the other sports shows on today?
I believe so. You know,
Yeah.
I've been coaching all week, so you know.
Oh yeah, you know. And so listen, man. So let me just tell you while I'm here, before you get your last words. Now, next Monday on the Black Man Unfiltered channel, I'm going to have a show that I think I'm trying to get everybody, including the Angry Man, who's been showing up over there a little bit. And the show is that who's been more destructive to the Black community,
Ooh.
the liberals or the conservatives?
Mm.
And I have a whole bunch of videos and a whole bunch of stuff. You know, of course, I'm more conservative speaking, but I'm trying to think, where have the conservatives ever hurt the Black community as much as the liberals? But I'm trying to be fair, but all the information I have leans towards who is really the most destructive for our community over the years. And so I would like to talk about that and throw it out there and have people come up and tell me what their experience really is. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what mine has been, and I just can't believe I've been such an idiot over the majority of my life voting for the liberals. You know, a complete idiot. I have to do a complete mea culpa. I failed everybody that I know. You know, so it's unbelievable.
I mean, the thing is to me is that we have a unique time right now to sort of change our dynamic. You know, we voted, you know, like you said, you understood what was going on in that time. But here we are in a different realm of politics. We have someone who you can see, you can call him a male chauvinist. You can call him all those bad words that you can identify with a man. You can put it to him. But then you have someone on the other hand who said, I ain't just no Black person. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really got nothing for the Black folk, but
just
being a woman, and women are looking for something to champion to allow their deviant behavior that we've been seeing over the last 40, 50 years. That's what it is. She's going to allow and promote the same toxic behavior. And it's unfortunate because sisters are going to buy into it, and they're going to be the ones that's left out in the cold when it's all done, because she still has the mind of the small hats.
Well, let me also say that if you just know what happened in California, she's a California girl. And all you need to do is look at all the legislation that's being passed by Gavin Newsom, and you'll know everything you need to know about Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, on my channel, I just had a video I put out called Let the Women Tell It. It's Let the Women Tell It number 66. If you ever get a chance on my channel, just look it up. It's under the video. You'll see it because it's in purple. It has a number on it. You know, that one has a lot of women saying what they think about Kamala Harris, and it ain't flattering. You know, so more and more sisters are standing up. But in terms of sports, the big connection is if Kamala Harris wins, you could kiss Title IX goodbye.
Yeah, so
you could kiss Title IX goodbye. So let's just tie it to sports so we can stay there. And the reason why I'm so disappointed in women is because I'm old enough to understand the battle that went on to get Title IX passed in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And after Title IX was passed, women's sports, women athletics, women in college exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Not only with women taking the opportunity, but the money flowed. The women became the reason why we see those graceful athletes in track and field now, and so many of them, is because of Title IX. The WNBA is WNBA because of Title IX.
Yep.
You know, the whole starting of the league is because of Title IX. Anything that women do good for athletically was because of Title IX, and academically. And the fact that they're willing to give that away because they want chicks with dicks is the craziest thing. I can't get my head around it. And it's only because women vote for that stuff. And so anyway, so I want to tie. And so when I name my channel Marriage, Politics, and Sports, it's because I believe relationships, sports, politics, all that shit has an interconnection.
It does.
You know, and it's not that hard to make those connections. Anyway, so this one was lighthearted, but even though just going through this little slide deck, we touched upon a couple of things, real world things, how Cheryl Swoops let her subtle racism, to tell you the truth, taint her whole legacy against Caitlin Clark.
And it's ruining it too.
That's right. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely absurd. You know, so anyhow, you know, so anyway, man, I thank you for popping up, you know. And you know, we're always gonna connect, man. I got your email, you got mine. We'll connect, man, on the other side. I'll see you on either Black Man Unfiltered. I'll pop into your channel from time to time when you go live.
Yeah, man. I just appreciate you, man, sending me the link, man. I don't mind coming up, chopping it up with you about sports, man. Anytime, man. You know.
Yeah, you know, I'm always gonna send you the link. And you know what? The thing is that I you know, I like doing this thing. And I was telling Catalea that, you know, maybe one day I'll actually learn how to be a YouTuber and do something with this thing, because I think my sports show should have a lot of people in the damn audience. But I have to make that happen, you know. So I'm not blaming that on anybody else. It's just getting your skills together, and because there's sports shows all around the place. But I don't think you need to be Stephen A. Smith to build a sports show.
But our pain, listen, man, we the little man on the totem pole, man. You know, people.
You know, it's good to be the little man. That means you're free. You ain't going to nobody.
See, we identify with names. What's the brand? That's how we do. We want the name brand clothes. If you ain't somebody that I'm seeing on TV, your word ain't valid. But
that's true.
You know,
who the hell are you? Who are you, little guy? What you know about anything? Hey, that's why. Feel free to come up and say what you need to say, because I ain't censoring nobody. We chopping it up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I look at it like it's our pain. I went down my timeline. This fall, the fact that I'm coaching now has been 50 years since I've been involved with football, whether playing or coaching. 50 years.
Wow.
Basketball, I started at 6, and even now, I'm trying to go from where I'm coaching football now to coaching high school girls basketball.
Okay.
I met the athletic director last week at the game I went to, little high school game I went to. So he said he's going to start, you know, he said he saw my name. He's going to look at it and, you know, they're going to start calling people within the next couple of weeks because basketball season will start coming up.
Okay.
So, you know, and I've always, you know, enjoyed sports. And just a quick story. The team that I'm coaching now, football, I got there late. So the little white guy, and the black guy, they don't really know what they're doing. They don't even know how to exchange a handoff. So I'm like, okay. But I don't come in and try to take over because I'll put my skills up against anybody. I've been doing this. I got plays. And I know how to motivate the players. So what I've been doing is, because they're not teaching players how to play the game, I just go around every practice, work 3 or 4 plays with a player.
Okay.
And I'm just telling them they can do it. I'm saying what they can work on. Because, you know, I don't want to see a player get upset. And I'm like, man, you can do it. Just got to continue to work hard. Don't, you know, you got to get faster. If you don't get faster, then ain't nothing I can tell you. You can get over the fear, and players are starting to play better and gain that confidence needed. So yesterday, he go come and say, Coach, I don't know what you're doing to the players, but they get, man, this is what I do, man. What you talking about? I got to understand that, but.
Yeah. Well, you got it, man. So, hey, man, it's all good, man. I tell you what, that's what we need, man. We need more people doing what you're doing, and I'm sure the players are gonna appreciate that. And
man, they're the greatest players, man. I never saw a football team singing a song, man. Never.
Singing a song.
Yeah, I came in one day. They was singing. They was in a little line. Bringing in some water, and they were singing the song, man. I was tripping. I'm like, what the hell? They was all on key and shit. I'm like, as a team. Nobody, no coaches around. They were just, it's nothing like it, man. And the kids are so nice, man. They all are so nice. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this, man, to the end of my day. So I appreciate y'all, Payne, man. You're on mute, man.
Yeah, I know you couldn't hear me. I like that whole story about the punts, the circumstance, and the pantry. The kind of thing when you see kids singing in unison and stuff like that. I remember some of those things. You know, as a frat brother, we did a lot of those ceremonial things where we were singing. We had sweethearts, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had some sweethearts. We had them. They were all dressed in white. They had white dresses on without pearls because they were our sweethearts.
Yeah, making pearls. Yeah,
they were in the student union with candles, pearls, and all white dresses, and they were singing. We had some songs for them to sing. It was like 12 of them. And then we made them sing, and we weren't around. And the brothers walked in while they were singing those songs, and the whole student unions just stopped, looking at the whole, the whole thing, that kind of stuff. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't even have one picture.
No, I mean, and that's the thing, man. You know, in those times, yeah, going back, man. You know, I've done so much, and I don't have a lot of pictures of it. You know, it's crazy. But
Yeah.
then you see how important they are now. You're like, man, I wish I had pictures. But yeah, man, you know, when I was pledging, man, we had our little angels. We call them angels, sweethearts. Y'all do.
Yeah.
So, and they used to do the same thing, man. But
Yeah.
you know, again, I'm talking about kids, man. That shit.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, man, I appreciate you coming up. Hey, you know, I'm here every week, man. So
yeah, man.
So far, you know, I'm 40. This is the 40th episode, so I'm gonna still
That's
be
good,
going.
man. 40 weeks straight,
Yeah,
man.
so I got some details. I'm gonna start reading up on, you know, how do I improve this? Get some music in the front, do all that kind of stuff. I just gotta, you know, invest in some of those things. And what can you use? What can't you use? But you know, like I said, this year, I was just throwing stuff on the wall, see what things sticks. I got like almost like 380 something videos on my channel.
Yeah, man, you moving, man. You retired, man. You ain't got nothing else to do out there. You can make videos whenever.
So I throw them out there. My lady over here, Catalina, she comes over here, and you know, all the inspiration I need. You know, you guys come over here and just say, "All right, just keep going." So I try not to make a fool out of myself.
No, man. Man.
Hey, listen, man, I'll catch up with you. Let me let you go ahead over there, man, because you know what, you're a little late going and checking it.
I'm waiting on them, man. You know.
Oh, they're not there yet? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
All right,
appreciate
brother,
you, man.
I will say until next week, but I know I'm gonna see you before then.
Yeah, man. Football tomorrow, man. What time of game?
Man, let me tell you, man, I'm so excited for all that. You know what you missed? I said, listen. I said, all the chickens in the United States are hiding because they know their days are numbered. Because the wing numbers got to go up tremendously during football season.
Yeah, you know it, do.
It's just said, damn, we ain't going to have no wings left. Everybody, you know what? Because we're going to be eating wings like crazy. Yo, brother, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, take it easy.